Hello, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. This is Dawn with Wreath Decor by Dawn. Welcome to my Friday live. I talked about it on Wednesday. I was going to add some Fridays in, so I thought I would go ahead and do it today. Come in, say hello, join me please. So I have this sign. Oops, it's kind of heavy. It says Hocus Pocus. It's a witch hat. It's wooden. Pretty thick too. And it's got a little spider dangling over here. I don't know if you can see that. Go this way. Alright, so we've got our mesh that I cut at 24 inches. This is a black with the white border mesh. Came from Craft Outlet. Hello, North Carolina. Lots of North Carolina work today. We have this gray with the black spiders on it. Another North Carolina. I think everybody in North Carolina is watching today. Probably do it this way. Happy Halloween. Better to see it right side up. We're doing, if you haven't noticed, a black and white theme today. So we've got black and white chevrons. And then we've got some white with the black spiders, and it's got a little bit of glitter in it. I don't have very much Halloween, so I'm using what I have. And I don't do a whole bunch of Halloween. It just isn't a big seller for me. One year I had some Grim Reapers that I did. Those were pretty good sellers, but that was about it. Alright, so we have that. We've got the mesh. And then we have our frame here. I did not make a bow because I wasn't planning to put one on here. But we'll see. If it needs one, I'll put it on later. I do have some spiders over here. I have these big black spiders we could probably use. I put some eyeballs out, but I don't know why, because I don't know if I'm going to use them. So anyway, I've got my 18 ties on here. This is a 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. So there's 10 ties on the bottom, 8 on the top. They're spaced out about 4 to 5 inches apart, 4 to 4.5. And again, I cut the mesh at 24 inches. Hello, Denise. Well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. And we're just going to do a regular ruffle with these. Nothing fancy. Going to fold the end in just a little bit for fraying, to keep the fraying down. And then we're just going to ruffle right up the center. And you're going to see that pretty border sticking up. And I'm going to start on the top. And I just wanted to use one roll of mesh. That's why I cut them at 24. Actually, I used one roll plus, I think, 2 or 3 off of another roll. But because 20 inches just didn't seem long enough. Not like the extra 4 inches really is going to make a difference, right? If y'all wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate that. Let your friends know we're here. Maybe they'd like to come watch. I've been cleaning up all day. I thought I was going to have some visitors, but that didn't work out, so that's okay. But at least it motivated me to get my stuff done. So I had to clean up. I've been switching out the seasons, and this year we have another room upstairs here that is only used when the kids come to visit, and they're not here every weekend. So I took the opportunity to temporarily put up my holiday stuff in there. So I had to kind of organize it, just in case we have to use the beds in there. But it makes it a little easier than me having to dig through my bins and stuff. So I have been working on getting that stuff taken care of. And I got to figure out a way to store signs. How do y'all store your signs? I have got boxes and boxes of signs that I'll probably never even use. I'm going to move this sign out of the way because I keep catching on it. So that's what I've been doing. Doing that, doing some cleaning. I have a couple orders I need to get ready to go out this afternoon. Been answering some emails. Been busy. What are you all working on today? Oops. Hey, Sissy. So tell me what you all have been working on. Thank you, Brandon. So I've got to get busy and get the giveaway set up since we reached the 5,000 followers. Get that stuff going so everybody can enter that drawing and hopefully win some of those prizes. Do y'all do a lot of Halloween decorating? I'd rather decorate more for fall than Halloween. I mean, I like Halloween, but I ended up giving away all of our Halloween decorations to the kids. I split them up between 2 kids. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Well, we did Christmas in July. That ended on Wednesday with my live on Wednesday. So now I can focus on getting more of my fall and that done. I was doing fall like with my group and stuff, but we were doing Christmas on my regular lives, so only for Christmas. Yeah, I like doing fall and Christmas. This year I didn't really decorate for any of the other holidays. I've got stuff for like Easter and that, but it seems like the more I do this, the less time I have to do my own decorating and stuff. I don't make the time for it, I should say. Thank you, Anne. Hello from Tennessee. I love this mesh too. I love any of the border mesh, any of the colors. I had a whole mess of it, and I think I'm down to just a couple of colors now. I do have a Halloween themed one with the purple and orange and green in it that I'm going to try and find something to do another Halloween, and that'll probably be the only 2 I do. Hey, Judith. But I love this border mesh, and it's a nice quality mesh too. And this came from Craft Outlet. Of course, any of the craft places I think have it. The Wreath Shop, Trendy Tree, and all them, Deco Exchange. I'm sure they all carry the border mesh too. So I'm just opening these up. I want them to look like nice open flowers. Got one more on top here, then we'll move down to the bottom. So QVC has been on in the background all day. They're doing their finale of Christmas in July as well, which I'm usually glued to the television when it's on, but this year I haven't watched but maybe 2 days. And that was on the 25th, and then today I have it on in the background while I'm busy working. And I haven't done any shopping, which is surprising. Anybody have any plans for this weekend? I'm going to go and meet up with my daughter and some of my grandkids. Have some lunch maybe. Okay, that was the last one on top, so now I'm going to put this one on the bottom. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That's so sweet. I'm glad I can help. It says my broadcast is interrupted, so I hope you can still see it. Because the camera is still recording and it's not saying that there's an issue. Could just be what I'm watching, so. But I can still see some comments. Hi, Ty. How are you? I'm great. Yeah, see, mine keeps going in and out over here, what I'm watching on. If anybody else is having any issue, let me know. If it's just me, then that's fine, but if you guys are having any problems, let me know. I'd have to probably start over. Or not start over, but restart the live. Anne's back. Well, thank you for coming back. Don't you just love that mash? Look at that. Oh, you got kicked out? Maybe it's a Facebook thing then. My recording is okay, but where I'm watching comments, it had froze up for a couple minutes or a minute or so. But it's still recording, so we're gonna go with it. So yeah, so they're saying that we're supposed to get some of that hurricane. I'm really hoping it'll change over the weekend, but the way that 2020 is going, who knows? We see, you know, we see some rain in that from it, and a couple of years we've had some really bad weather from it and had some damage, but hey, Carol. Thank you, Ty. Oh, no problem, hon. Don't worry about it. I know you got to work. But thank you very much for spreading the love. If y'all wouldn't mind, if you just joined me, go ahead and hit that share button down there for me. I would appreciate that so much. There might be some people out there that haven't watched yet that might be interested in watching. We love having our newbies here. We love everybody else that joins us, but we like when we get newbies. Hey, Ashley. I froze at your end, but it went out and came back. Yeah. Mine didn't come back right away, but I just kept going because as long as it's recording, at least when I post it, it'll all be there, I hope. Yeah, that's how mine was too. Who knows? I don't know. I noticed last night on my phone that there was an update from Facebook. I haven't noticed any glitches on my phone. Usually when they do an update, I have all kinds of problems. But today, luckily, knock on wood, I haven't found anything yet. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Carol, did I say hi? I think I did, but I'm going to say it again. Hello. So my mesh is cut at 24 inches. And then my ribbons I cut at 12. Hello. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bee. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all well and staying safe. Hi, Joy. All right. We have just a few more of these to put in. Oh, I'm sorry. It's frozen again? Or it was? Mine's not saying anything. Oh, I'm sure they are. They usually are. Facebook going crazy. The sign came from the Christmas tree store. So it just may be a Facebook thing. If some of you are getting it frozen and others aren't, then that could be either an internet thing at your end, or it could be a Facebook thing. You missed the sign? I'll show you. Here we go. Oh, there's our sign. It says Hocus Pocus. It's a witch hat. It's got a little black spider dangling off of the end of the cap here. And his little spider web up there at the top. Hopefully it's not going to be too heavy, but this mesh is pretty good mesh, so it's not going to, hopefully it's not going to flatten it out. It's a good quality mesh. Oh, come on. The fingers always want to fail me towards the end. It is a cute sign. I think I got it last year. Probably like end of season sale. That's why I have so many signs, because when the end of season sales happen, I go and buy these things, and then I have so much of it, I don't know what to do with it. And not enough time to do it all. I gotta figure out another way to store my signs. Because right now they're all in boxes here and there, and every time I turn around I'm finding another box of signs that I didn't know I had. Or forgot I had. I knew I had them, forgot them. I do too. End of season sales are the best. I do always use a 14-inch frame. I've used regular work frames before. I just prefer to make my own and use these. When I first started out, I used an 18-inch frame, and boy, I'll tell you what, those were big ones. But luckily, shipping was not expensive back then. They hadn't hit us with an increase at the time, so and then it didn't take long before I switched to the 14-inch frame. But when I started, there was a shortage on the work frames, and that's why I started making my own. And it just kind of stuck with me. I prefer to make my own, because you can do them any way you want. Even though I do put the 18 ties on them, I don't have to if I don't want to. I can do them any way I want. And I can space them how I want to. Hi, Michelle. Oh, yes. Always a good sale. Heck yeah. Especially when it's the end of season and the clearance and they have the, 66%. Like Hobby Lobby does 66, then they do 80. Boy, when they do the 80, there's not usually much left. But sometimes, every now and then, you can find those little gems that are still left and get a good deal on stuff. Okay, there's all of our mesh. I'm going to pull some of this up. Our sign's going to cover that, so look at that. That mesh is just gorgeous. Yeah, it's just kind of stuck with me, and I prefer to make them now, my own now. I do still have, when I was cleaning today, I came across, I have one purple work frame left from all those that I bought a couple years ago. There was a company, I don't know if any of you have ever ordered from them. They're still in business. It's TMI Gifts. And the very first, I think it was the first year I was doing this, they did a sale on, I think it was Black Friday. And you could buy a frame, get a frame free, buy 21-inch mesh, get 21-inch, well, theirs is 20, not 21. You know, buy one, get one free on their mesh and their frames. And I bought a whole mess of them, and I still have one left. It's a purple one. And I haven't used it yet, so that'll be my last one. My mesh is cut at 24 inches. Yeah, Hobby Lobby's not doing Halloween stuff. They didn't really do a whole lot of it before. At least ours never did. But their beliefs don't go with that holiday, so they choose not to do it. Which is their right, I guess. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay. So if you just joined or you didn't get to see, there's a sign we're going to be using. And it's a wooden sign. It's pretty thick. It's kind of heavy. So it's a good thing this is a good quality mesh. Otherwise it would flatten everything out. And then we're going to use this Chevron black and white. I've got a little black and white theme going here. The mesh came from Craft Outlet. I have some white with glitter on it. The outline of the spiders is in silver glitter. So we're going to use that one. We've got some gray with spiders on it. Thank you. And then we have one that says Happy Halloween. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of Halloween stuff. Sorry if I'm not holding that in the camera right. I wasn't watching. I'm looking at this screen instead of that screen. Yeah, a lot of places are doing that. The dollar store told me the same thing, Cindy, that because of the virus, that they were told just get their fall and Christmas stuff out now. So they have ours is just starting to put their fall out. But Christmas probably will not be far behind. But yeah, a lot of it does have to do with that. But they didn't really do a whole lot of Halloween to begin with because of the holiday itself. And that's one they usually wait until the very last minute to put on sale, so. I know, I heard. Michelle, I heard that. I watched her a couple weeks ago when she talked about it. It was right after, because I knew the woman that bought her the needles and sent them to her. So they sent me a message and said, hey, she's, you know, she was talking about you, and I went and watched her replay. And every week that she's on now, I can always tell when she's on live because I'll hear my thing going off on my phone for my Etsy. And she was on last night. As a matter of fact, I got 3 orders that I have to send out today that came in from her. So that's pretty sweet. It's very nice of her to do that for me. It really makes me happy. I sent her a nice little letter and thanked her for doing it. Because, you know, most people, they don't have to tell other people, you know, where stuff came from. It was a gift given to her by another viewer of mine and hers. And, you know, she doesn't have to tell them every week, you know, my name and my business, and she does, and I really appreciate that. But I can always tell when she's live because I start hearing that sound. Which I'm not going to complain one little bit. I really do appreciate it, that's for sure. But it's very sweet of her to do that. But I did write her a letter and tell her. I was thinking about sending her something as a thank you. Hello, everybody. Hey, Josh. All right, so I'm going to put the spiders with the Happy Halloween, and I'm going to put the chevron, I think, yeah, with the other spiders. I don't want to put 2 spiders together. Hey, Lavon. Hey, Tom. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. She is very sweet. I watched her. I used to follow her all the time. It's kind of hard sometimes for me to see her now because of the days that she's on. But I do catch some of her replays. But I've watched her since I started too. But yeah, it's very sweet of her. It really is. I just did a regular ruffle, Carmen. Alright, so I'm going to put these in. And I did not get any tubing out, which I should have. Because I think I have a black and white stripe. I probably went with too much black and white here, but we'll see. Well, thank you. Thank you all so much for joining me today, too. I know that you're not used to seeing me on during the day, but I'm going to try and add some Fridays in where I can. With the holidays coming up, it's nice to be able to do this with you guys. And actually, I get more done when I do it on a live because I don't get sidetracked by other things. Usually when I'm working here by myself, I start getting sidetracked by emails or when I'm cleaning stuff out. And this way, I can't do that. Actually, the ribbons came from Old Time Pottery. And the chevron, everything came from Old Time Pottery except the chevron came from the Wreath shop. And the mesh came from the craft outlet. And I've cut all my ribbons at 12 inches for this one because I want to see that pretty border mesh. So I didn't want to cover that up. Usually I do 14 inches, but this one I only did the 12. And two, I wanted to make sure that I had enough of the ribbon because, like I said, I don't have a bunch of Halloween supplies. I don't do a whole lot of Halloween. So I'm working with what I have on hand. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? I'm losing my place, what I'm doing here. And that one I did not cut very well. Let's try that again. You do not have to have a business license to shop at Old Time Pottery. It's a regular retail store. Some of them are closing in certain areas. Ours, unfortunately, is one of them that's closing. But there's only 4 closing, and 2 of them, one's in North Carolina, one's in South Carolina, and I think one in Indiana, and I can't remember the other one. But for some reason, they're only closing 4 of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they close more later on. I don't know why. You know, I just have that feeling. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I've lost AC Moore and Old Time Pottery in the same year. Oh, my 2 favorite places to go. All I have left is Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and Michael's. And Joann's and Michael's, ours are not impressive at all. They're not very big stores, and they're, well, Joann's floral is nothing to talk about at all. It's like one little half aisle, and that's it on both sides. Old Time Pottery, I don't believe you can order online from them. If they do have an online, it may only be certain things. I don't think they have a full online presence, which I'm sure more businesses now with this virus stuff going on that don't have an online presence will probably start having one. I wouldn't be surprised to see that popping up, because even when they were closed, they could have been doing business, except their warehouses probably would have been closed. I don't know, depends on where they were. You don't have one? Oh. I'm not gonna have one either. I like doing my little weekly shopping trips. Hey Amanda, how's construction going? I don't know that we're even going to be able to see these ribbons in here. I like the black and white too. Well, hopefully we'll be able to. Usually I cut my ribbons a lot longer, so this is kind of different for me doing them this short. But like I said, I didn't want to cover up all this border mesh. But these wires just want to stick right out, don't they? I see, there's Levon, I see her. I saw your name up there earlier, but I didn't see you say anything. There's another one. How you doing, hon? Oh, are they? Oh, listen to you. You are. I love that blue you chose. Amanda has got some pretty kitchen reconstruction going on. Pretty. Are they still going to do Georgia? Do you know? Hopefully. I'm hoping they don't cancel any of that stuff. Not that I'll be going to the Georgia one, but I'm worried about the North Carolina one. That blue is amazing. You did a good job on that one. That wasn't even one that you posted, did you? I don't think I saw that one. Yeah, you can get the mesh craft outlet, the Wreath shop, if they're not sold out. Probably you could get it from Deco Exchange. They're still going on. That's good. I hope North Carolina does the same. I know we still got a little bit of time, so we need to have some fun. That would be perfect, that black and white for that. Yes, ma'am, we will do that, Carmen. We will be sending you lots of positivity and good thoughts. I don't blame you being nervous. Oh, don't think like that. Stay positive. That's what I thought, Amanda. Yeah, when you keep going back to it, that's telling you something. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see more of your pictures. Hello there. Is it Tanisha? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. My eyes, I don't have my glasses on at the moment, so I have to squint to read. Yes, ma'am. We will be sending you those positive thoughts, but try to be positive. Don't think negative. All right, so this is the last one for the bottom. Okay, I lost my tie here. Did I say it right? Okay, there's the bottom. So let's move up to the top, and I'm going to go straight up here, right here. And again, I cut my ribbons at 12 inches. Mesh is cut at 24 inches. And all the ribbons, with the exception of the Chevron, came from Old Time Pottery. Sometimes you can find some really good 10-yard rolls. Okay, good. I'm glad I said it right. So that's where I got those. And then the Chevron came from the Wreath shop, I'm sorry. And my mesh came from Craft Outlet. The hurricane is supposed to be coming to our coast. We are about 2.5 hours inland. We usually get the outer bands of it, which can do some damage too. We've had some damage before from several of them. But this one is projected to come inland, so that was the last thing I saw. It was going to come inland more. So hopefully it changes path over the weekend. I don't know how likely that is, but you know, that's one thing that we do deal with here in North Carolina is hurricanes. I know Florida deals with them too. Everybody on the coast usually does. But, you know, the best thing we can do is be prepared. I'm in North Carolina. But the only thing I worry about is the people on the coast. You know, going to a shelter right now is not a good idea. They are going to have some open, but they're just going to have to take extra precautions and not have as many people. So they're telling people if you have family that you can go to, you're better off going to them. So hopefully they're able to do that. But that's what I worry about is people who have to go to shelters and that. Because the coast usually will get hit pretty hard. Especially if it's coming directly at us. But like I said, I'm hoping that it changes paths. You know, that's happened in the past before, that it changes paths. And maybe it'll just skim the coast, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, down in the Gulf, they get a lot of those storms too. You know, I don't think 2020 needs any more help. I think it's doing fine on its own already with everything we've had going on. Really don't think we need anything extra. Exactly. Yeah, this one, though, they say is aiming right for us, so 2020 has definitely been a hot mess. You know, I've never been so eager for a year to be over with. But I don't think the end of the year is going to be any better, to be honest with you. I think it's just going to get worse from here. Broke my fingernail last night, and it's all the way down past the end of my finger, and it hurts when I try to scrunch these things up. Yes, prayers for everybody in the path. I'm hoping we don't have it. We the first or second year after we moved back here. We've been back. It's 3 years next month. I think it was the second year. So it would have been no, it wasn't last year, so it was the first year. Anyway, I'm in North Carolina. I live near Fort Bragg. We were without power for a couple of days. And that's usually, you know, what happens. You get a lot of wind, a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. We have another house that was our first house that we had bought when my husband was still in the military. that's in the next town over, and it had some damage, roof damage from that hurricane. But thankfully here we didn't have, at this house, we didn't have too much going on. We lost power. That was about the worst of it. So, and in the summertime in North Carolina, you don't want to lose power. You need that AC. Every year we say we're going to get a generator. We never do. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be a run on toilet paper, milk, and eggs, generators this weekend. Because they're saying, I think, what, Tuesday? I think it's supposed to hit on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. It's going fast, but you know what? I think we need it to. I usually don't like the years to go that fast, but we got to get this over with. One more. It has been one heck of a year. Well, thank you. Yes, I'm hoping that everybody stays safe and that it passes quickly and it doesn't cause as much damage as they predict. So. I've seen that too. Slap you into next year. Could we get that, please? I don't know. Do we want it to follow us into next year, though? Can we just end it right here? Leave it at the gate? Wouldn't that be nice? Really don't want to bring any of this with us into the new year. All right, there's all of our ribbons. I'm not going to cut my ties on the bottom down just yet because I might go back and add some tubing in there. I really like tubing, so I don't know why I didn't pull any out. But I am going to cut my ties on the top down because I'm going to put the sign on. So we don't need these up here. It's going to cover all this up anyway. Whoops. There we go. And I cut those down and then just fold that over so it doesn't poke anybody. I should have just done it all when I was putting the ribbons in. But this will go pretty quick here. Yeah, we need to get this year over with. Move on to better things. Kiss this year goodbye. Start fresh. That one I cut a little too short, so I'm going to have to use my pliers to push it over. There we go. We got to see the baby yesterday. He came over to, him and our other grandson came over and spent a couple hours with us. He's getting so big. He's going to be 7 months old on the 6th. And he is starting to crawl. He does this little wiggle, gets up on his knees, and he rocks forward and backward, and then takes a leap. And that's how he's crawling right now. It is the cutest thing to watch. Gets that little butt up in the air and starts rocking back and forth, and then just flings himself at wherever he's trying to go. Too stinking cute. All right, there we go. I know that he's gonna. I can't believe he's gonna be a year old already in January. I mean, it's just too fast. I know it's still 5 months away, but it sure seems like it's right around the corner. All right, so again, here's our sign. We're gonna put that on here. Yeah, it's gonna sit up there nice. Trying to see where I want my top to be. Get out of there, it's stuck to the back here. It all looks the same. All right, so I put 3 ties, I stapled them on here. They had another thing, hook on here, and I took that off. Excuse me, I thought I was gonna choke on that drink I just took. Anyway, I took 3 pipe cleaners, stapled them to the 3 corners, and I used 3/4-inch staples, and then black pipe cleaners. So I'm going to use my little needles that we were talking about earlier. For any of you that don't know, these are the needles that we use, or I use, to help me get my signs on. If you struggle with putting your signs on, if you struggle with putting embellishments on, this helps get your stuff through your mesh. If you try to take a pipe cleaner, these are not very stiff. Try to get it through that mesh. It's not going to go very easily, so I use these. Just put that around there, and then I go right through the mesh, right through everything. Let me move this over a little bit because I don't want to go in that pocket right there. I want to go through the mesh. I don't want to go where my ties are. So I go right up underneath it, go through that mesh, and it goes down through all of that, and it holds it in place, and then to your frame. You can tie it off to your frame. So I'm going to wrap it around my frame really quick. Give it a couple wraps. My fingers are too fat to go through the rails. All right, so I'm not going to finish it off because if I want to move my sign later, I still can. Usually I can do it without looking, but these rings are really close together, so sometimes I can't get my fingers through them to grab the pipe cleaner. All right, there's one. Take this one and do the same thing. Yeah, he is growing so fast. We have 8 grandkids, and he's the youngest. Most of them are all boys. We have 6 boys, 2 girls. And the oldest just turned 15. And he just started his first job. And then the youngest is 6 months old. Almost 7 months old. You can find those needles at my shop. I sell them. They are 3 for $5. That includes your shipping. And yes, I know you can get them at the stores, but this way they come to your door. You don't have to go out and get them. But they're in my shop, wreathdecorbydawn.com. And they're the larger size ones. These are almost 4 inches. The ones in the stores are like 3-inch. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to move it over somewhere where you can see it. But that you get random colors. You get a pack of 3 of them. They come in a little baggie for you to store them in. But that $5 includes your shipping. The shipping alone is like $3. So it saves you that you don't have to go out looking for them. You can use them for crocheting and knitting too, you know, when you want to sew off your ends. They use them for that. The hat came from the Christmas tree store. Boy, they put these rings really close together on these frames. All right, there we go. I'm just going to tack that on there like that. So there's our sign. Going to do a little hocus pocus. All right, so now our spider's on a wire, and because I don't want him getting tucked in to the mesh, I'm going to pull him out and then fold him down a little bit because I don't want that mesh pulling him or hiding him, which he's already hidden as it is, but because it's all black. But there's just something nice about a black and white wreath. When I did those Grim Reaper ones, I did those in black. Black and gray, I think, is what they were. That was a couple years ago, though. The hat, I did not get that online. I got that from the store, the Christmas tree store. And they have online, but they don't sell all of their stuff online at the Christmas tree store. All right, so now let's see. Do we want to put some spiders on? They may not be seen. I don't know. Kind of big. I do have some colored ones, but let me see. What did I do with those? I have this orange one. Might go with the yellow up there. Might add him in. Maybe put him over here. See, these other ones look a little big. These are just awfully big. I don't know. What do you think? Can you all see them? It's probably hard to see with all this black and white going on here. Kind of big. I don't know. We'd have to wire him in because he doesn't have an underbelly. What do you think? Let me see some thumbs up if you like the black spider, or and some hearts if you like the orange spider. How about that? Maybe that'll help. Here's the black one, and then here's the orange one. I'll put them right here. That way you can see them both. Yeah, see, I don't think you'll be able to see the black one. You'd have to be right up on it in order to see it. I might put the orange one in here just to break it up a little bit. Let that one going this way, maybe. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put the orange one in. All right, so let's see. This one might be able to... No, I'm going to have to use my silver wire. This is silver floral wire, 26 gauge. We're going to use that. I don't want to hot glue it because there's really nowhere to glue it to. Yeah, we're going to use the orange. So I'm just going to take my wire and go right through his legs and across his body. I wish I had some orange wire, but I don't. And I'll just twist this off. Some of them you can sometimes push a needle through them and put the wire on that way, but this one is a thicker plastic, so it's not going to let me do that. Even out my wires here. And then I will use the needle again to help me put that through. You'll be able to see that silver wire, but I'm going to see if I can't cover that up somehow. But for now, I'm just going to put it on here. Let me see if I can get my... There, that one went through easier. I'll look and see if I have some more of these. Maybe I have some different colored ones I can put on here. That would be nice. I have a couple different colored ones. This little leg went through the mesh. So there we go. There's our little spider. And we are all done. I'm not putting a bow on this one, but I probably will go in and add some tubing around the outside. Just to add a little something to it there. There we go. So I'm going to put see the spider there. I really like the black and the white. Alright guys, I appreciate y'all joining me today. Have a great day. I will see you all again on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Come back and join me then. That's our regular live night. We do our virtual drinking on Wednesday nights. So come on over and join us for a while. And I will see you all again next week. So have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.